Hey, what's up? It's time for more Oshinoko. This is season 2, episode 6, and more importantly, I believe this should be the episode where the play begins. I feel like it's gotta. I mean, the last episode ended with the curtain rising. I think the episode was called like The Curtain Rises or something. It ended with the start of the play, so we gotta jump into it unless we're jumping into some flashbacks or something. So I'm really excited to get into it. Make sure to support this video if you can, liking the video, commenting down below, subscribing to the channel. That stuff all helps me out a lot, especially me as a small channel. It really helps me out. And I have a Patreon account if you want to get the full-length reaction, as well as so much extra content for both this channel and my Gent Watches One Piece channel. It's on my Patreon account, so go check that out, or check out the Gent Watches One Piece YouTube channel on its own. There's a lot of good stuff, but let's jump into Oshinoko Season 2, Episode 6. Okay, I mean, this looks like the play. I wonder how much of the play we're gonna see. Oh, isn't this how the season started? So we've seen this already, but it's actually good to now see it again with more context. It's so cool that they animate them like the little tiny versions of them, but you can see on the big screen what they're doing. It's really immersive. And of course, Princess Saya. As if you don't have the audience like going crazy after every character. But I guess it's Japan, they tend to be more respectful. Alright. Here we fucking go, I guess. How's this gonna go? Wow. Really? Are we just seeing the play? Okay, we're not always gonna be seeing it from the back. She's got the ropes on her. You know she's gonna float down. Oh shit! Oh shit! The animation! Nation seizing. This looks like a good play. Cool. Oh my god, the animation's sick! Oh, I would like this character if this series was real. The audience is so quiet. Laugh, clap, do some stuff, you know? Imagine if the audience was doing a reaction video channel. This is what the writer was saying about like moving across the screen. Gives you the feeling of traveling. Cute. Shinjuku. Wow, cool scene transition. So quick. This is so fun, like watching the story, but you're watching it for their performances. He's making a lot of promises of roles. I guess he's not necessarily agreeing to any of them. Crazy, his name's Blade. You can't be more perfectly fitted for this task. That's fucking sick. That was gorgeous environment work. Cool. End of Act 1. So are we now gonna have like a moment seeing the actors backstage, like during the intermission. No, maybe they're just showing us Act 1, and now Act 2 we're gonna see completely from a behind the scenes perspective. Okay, that's a cool way to do it, I think, if that is what they're doing.
2.5 の舞台では重宝されまくってる人気の役者。普段はヘラヘラした女好き。
Yep, we know that.
普段の性格と真逆のキャラなのに原作の再現が完璧。
Oh my god!
演技力も十分すぎる。畜生。
Oh, come on. I believe in you. Oh, we're jumping back.
新規のお客さんには 2.5 のファンじゃなくて、演劇そのもののファンになってほしいんですよ。壊しつつの塩梅を狙えたら最高じゃないです。
I really like you, man.
ララライなんだけど、ララライのみんなもすぐに彼から学べるものは多いと気づいて、2.5 の作法を。
Well, they seem like the sort of person who would be willing to learn from others around them.
冠城さんのキャスティングは信頼を置いてるんだけど。
What about Melt? Yeah. That's my question.
ソアマの演技を見て、正直この子はないなって思ったんですが、冠城さんのご了承で決まったところはあるじゃん。
いや別にただの市場。
A personal
市場っ
thing.
て
Like nepotism? Okay.
人の舞台を稽古場に使わない。
So if he does become a good actor, he'll be a really good one because he's got the other stuff going for him.
がむしゃらに努力する。
Ah, that's a cool way to show it. Oh, he's improving.
彼のキャスティングが失敗だったかどうかの判断はきっと彼女が下してくれる。世界一きれいな
Yeah, that's true.
ここにいるんだ。
Because she already has something against him.
速攻3年の先輩に食われた。
Huh?
周りがなんか期待してるし、金ないし。
You realized you were attractive and likable.
適当にやりゃいいだろ。
彼の演技に強者感はない。なんで
Why did it have to
人
be
が
him?
魂削って作った作品に下手
Aww.
な人を使うんだろう。
うぜえ。マジで消えてくれよ。
Man, it's pretty fitting for him to be fighting this guy.
仕事取った顔してて楽しいな。
Oh, he always watches
そんな演技してたのか。
those clips. Probably from like bad acting compilations.
この作品はもっと
Oh.
いいものに。今日はまあ終わってからずっと。
Oh, I like that Kana's like impressed with him. That's so sweet.
思ったよりはちゃんと稽古してたみたいだけど。
Seems like he rehearsed a lot.
見ろよ。
とさ、あんまし。
Oh,
お前を殺
that's really upsetting.
客はお前を下手だと思ってるぜ。
Ah.
いいんじゃねえの、下手だと思われても。その下手さをうまく活用すればいい。
Make good use of being lousy.
全体を良くしようとしても焼け石に水だ。
So make sure you nail that bit.
一点に全て注いだ方が賞賛が高いと思うね。
Yeah, and then it's gonna really pop because the rest of your acting isn't that good.
客が油断してるってことでもある。
True.
俺はエンタ地味で目立たなかったメガネ女子が。
Oh shit.
何の取り柄もないと思ってた。
Oh shit. I mean, his moves are great.
いきなりめちゃくちゃすごいこと始めたら
Oh.
激アツだろ。
Oh, she loves it. That's so sweet. And she's impressed.
別に
Oh.
俺はあそこまで仕上げてきたのはあいつの努力だ。
Yeah, so that would have taken a fuck ton of
感情
practice.
ってのは脆い。客はこの後の演技に何倍もの
That's so true.
刺すならここだ。初めて出会った強敵に敗北した俺が根性だけで相手に立ち向く。ここからが俺の一番の見せ場。
It looks like the other actor is scared of him, you know? Not just the character.
台本をそれっぽく読むだけじゃ。
Oh, I really feel bad for Melt, and I love him.
さや姫のこともっと複雑な。
他のキャラの考察までしてんのかよ。
大事なことだよ。
This is how Akane works.
黒川みたいに考察したりとかはできねえ。
I understand.
刻みというキャラがなんとなくしか分かりゃしねえ。
It's hard for some people to understand characters deeply.
俺みたいにしみったれた顔してんの。
Aww.
俺みたいな。
Yeah, related to yourself.
強えと思ってた自分が本当は全然弱えことに気づいてみっともない。
You're not dumb, man. You're putting it together with your own life.
それならすげえよくわかるよ。
That's really beautiful.
情が客席に届くほど強さだ。
Oh, that I love these screams.
この気持ちを掘り下げた。
Yeah, that makes sense.
この1分は
Holy shit! Wow, what cool art. Holy shit. Jesus! They're going fucking all out for this. Oh my god! How the fuck did this animation studio pull off a scene like that? Damn, does he lose this fight? Is that how the scene goes? Everyone's stunned. She was blown away by it. He's so proud of himself, as he should be.
急にアドリブ入れてすんだよ。やるじゃんか。
Oh, nice.
全然感情乗ってんじゃん。次もこの調子で頼むぜ。
Oh, well, that's kind of nice. He respects you now that he sees you've actually got ability. And you've put the work in.
お前が言って楽しいわ。
I fucking loved that episode. Oh. Oh, I loved that fucking episode. And not only, like, first of all, I'm just so glad Melt got a moment, you know, got a special moment in the show. But not only that, to, like, dedicate some real fucking resources to his moment. Like, they did not ease up on it at all. And for him, like, someone who's not, like, a main character of this show or anything, someone who's just kind of like a side character on his own little journey, it's so great that they, like, animated the shit out of it. Like, it was incredible. The choreography of him, like, doing all the flips and grabbing the sword out of the air or whatever is amazing on its own. The acting was great. It's great when there's good acting in the play that you can tell is good acting, because the actor playing the character who's playing the actor, the actor playing the character who is an actor playing a character, like, that original actor is doing a great job. Like, that's the difficult thing, I think, about putting on doing a show about a show, is you need a show that when these characters are bad actors and when they're good actors. And so the actors who are playing the actors need to actually be really, really good actors. And so, like, this was amazing that, like, it truly showed off how incredible these actors are. Sorry I'm rubbing my eyes so much, they're kind of hurting right now, but I think it was, like, I took in so much greatness in this time that's what happens. I loved it. I really, really loved it. Because it also, like, feels like it makes sense to me. The idea of, like, Melt, what he's got going for him is he is hardworking. Like, he's determined to get this right. He doesn't want to make these same mistakes, so he's genuinely working at it, possibly harder than anyone else, or at the very least as hard as the hardest working person there, I feel like. He's truly taking in what other actors are doing as best he can. He's asking other people for advice constantly. He's trying to, like, it actually makes me appreciate in previous episodes when he was, like, talking to the mangaka of Sweet, what's it called? Sweet Today? Sweet something? Of the you know, the manga he was in, or the live action that he was in. Like, whenever he's talking to her and she's, like, ignoring him or whatever, I think at least I can read it now as, like, he's trying to make up for stuff he did wrong, and so he's trying his hardest to make her, like him and to make up for all the mistakes that he did, because he feels so terrible about it. And so, like, it's so vindicating seeing in this episode him put on an amazing performance and she is there crying in the audience because she didn't expect it from him, and she's like blown away that such an amazing moment in the manga is being captured so perfectly by him on stage. I really love that. And I also love just the idea of like, okay, this is what I have me putting work ethic into something, but if I just do it on all of my performances, I'll just come out as like still a little bit worse than all the other actors, you know, like maybe I'll blend into the background. I probably wouldn't have people whispering like that guy's shit, but rather no one would talk about me at all, like just nobody would. But instead he just focuses his energy into one specific part. I'm sure he practiced all the other parts for sure, but he focused everything he had into practicing that one scene over and over and over. And I really love that, because what Aqua said was right. Like, first, it makes people let their guard down. And so when you do something amazing, people do tend to like sit up and go, holy shit, that was really good. Sometimes I do that with actors where like, I don't tend to watch shows with people who are like not as skilled at acting and go like, wow, this person's a bad actor or whatever. Like, if someone's not super cutting it, I just kind of won't think about them, you know? They just kind of fade into the background to me. But when someone, you know, but sometimes that'll happen where there's someone who is kind of fading into the background for me because they're, you know, not particularly good or whatever, but I don't care. I'm not thinking about them. But then a scene will happen and I'll go, oh wow, they were really good in that scene. And then like in my head, I'm like, that's why they were hired for that scene. Like, it's whether it's true or not, that's what it feels like, that they cast this person specifically because they could do this one scene really, really well. And it kind of makes it all worth it if it's an important scene for that character. Another thing that I loved that was said in this episode, and that is really true, is now that he has done something that the audience was impressed by, people will like read into the rest of his acting way more. Because sometimes there's a fine line between bad acting and good acting. And that fine line, like, once you step over it, people will push you all the way, you know? And that's not a bad thing. And I hesitate to use an example for this because I don't want this to be misconstrued as me calling anyone a bad actor. But I'm doing this to actually show why it's tough to pinpoint exactly what good acting is. And I'm using the example of Inaki, who plays Luffy in the live action One Piece, right? I think he's a really good example, and I'll tell you why. Because he is someone who I imagine English isn't his first language, right? I think it's Spanish, right? He's a Spanish actor. And so, you know, he's got an accent, and he, like, the way he puts together his sentences and the way he delivers lines, like, immediately is a little kind of strange. Like, if you took a few of his lines out of context of his performance, I might watch and I might go, oh, that's not a very impressive performance, because he's like, because those sentences, like, he's reading the script, but he's not delivering the line in the way that you'd expect to deliver the line. Like, he's emphasizing the wrong word, which is kind of typical for, you know, non-English as their first language speakers, because they know a whole fucking other language where emphases are all different in their language. So it makes sense, and it's not a dig on him because he knows two languages. I know one. Like, who's really laughing in the end? But it is something that you could look at and go like, oh, he might not be a very good actor, you know? But then you see, like, the actual performance. You watch the show, you sit down and watch it, and, like, what most people have happen is they're watching it and they go, I can't help but like this guy. And the reason is because he's a good fucking actor and he's charismatic as hell. And so, like, he draws you in while he's acting. And because of that, I go back to those line readings that I thought were a little strange, and I just go, That's so Luffy. You know? Like he says a line that that it feels super unnatural, but then once I've like cemented in my mind like, okay, no, this guy's a really good actor, then suddenly everything I'm like, that was genius. That was a brilliant reading of that line, even if it doesn't feel right, you know? So so it really does work. And it doesn't mean that those lines that I think, you know, that I changed my mind on are actually bad lines. And it doesn't mean the opposite either. It doesn't mean they're masterpieces. It just means acting is interpretive. We take away from acting different things. Some people will look at an actor and go like, man, that actor's so bad, or that actor's so weird. And then I'll watch it and I'll go, oh, I really like what they did with the character. And it's unique and different, you know? And it's hard to tell exactly what good acting and bad acting is. But for me, it's like if you're making interesting choices and I just feel, I'm watching you and I feel like I just get your character, like I truly understand it deeply, then that's good acting. I really like another example that I think of like really funny acting that's really interesting is in Succession. This is not an anime, so this one is me taking a step out of this channel's comfort zone. But in the TV show Succession, there's a character named Tom, and he's one of the main characters. That actor, I don't even know that actor's name. I need to learn that actor's name. He has like some of the funniest line reads for me out of a character, and that character is one of my favorite takes on like a dumb weird guy, you know? He's such a weird character, and just like, you know, like I watch the character and I'm like, this guy's fucking odd as hell, and he also like delivers lines really strangely. And I remember for the first like 2 episodes or so, I was watching and I was going, this guy's just like super weird, and the way this guy's delivering his lines, like I don't know what to feel about him. He's just so strange. And I was thinking that about the actor as well. I was like, why is he delivering lines like that? And then like episodes 3, 4, 5, and then suddenly I was like enthralled every time he was on screen because I was like, oh no, the way he's delivering lines, it's not natural, but this character is unnatural, you know? And I was just fully drawn in. And then there's other scenes where he's actually showing off his real acting chops, you know, and like the character's more vulnerable. And I'm like, oh no, this guy fucking knows what he's doing. Like, this is an incredible actor. But I love performances like that. I really love it when the character's just like weird and odd and does things a little differently, but it's still great. All that to say, I just loved what they said about acting in this episode. So, yeah, and just fucking gorgeous animation and everything. But thank you for joining me for Oshinoko Season 2, Episode 6. Make sure to support this video and this channel if you can, liking, commenting, and subscribing. I'm a small channel, so it really helps me out. And go to my Patreon account if you want the full-length reactions, early access, and exclusive videos. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.